Cheers. This is my Vietnamese coffee, and this is my journal where I've written everything that I bought in Japan and Taiwan. I went to Japan with one group of friends in December, and then this January, it was Taylor and Clarence's birthdays. They turned 23 and 26. Happy birthday, Clarence and Taylor. So fun traveling with them. I also went to Taipei for a few days with Clarence. And I'm not a big shopper is what I realized. I am not a big shopper when I travel because I don't like lugging things around, and I get super overwhelmed very easily when I'm in a big, busy shopping street. But the universe blessed me with holy grail finds. Had no intention of buying or seeking out. I just happened to come across it. Most of it is secondhand. A lot of it are gifts. Without further ado, this is my collective Japan and Taiwan haul. We're gonna cover some of the clothing pieces I got, physical media, trinkets and accessories, and stationery. First off, my favorite things from these travels is all the photos I took. I brought along my Yashica T4 Zoom for my trip in January, and I got some of the cutest photos of me and my friends. And when me and Taylor were at a Lawson finding snacks and drinks, I found this Year of the Horse edition Snoopy. I think it's a Japan exclusive, very fluffy and soft, but is decked out in some Western wear. Previously, I took photos of Miffy when I traveled around Japan. So this time I decided to make a mini photo series of Snoopy, and it turned out super cute. This is a gift, and it'll be paired with a photo album of all the photos I took with Snoopy in Asia. Now I want to talk about the things that I thrifted and got secondhand in Japan. I went to a book off and hard off, which I have never been to prior. There's CDs, there's tons of cool tech and cameras, and I was scouring the toy section for a mini K-truck, which I could not find. I guess I realized that wanting a K-truck matchbox car is like wanting a Honda Accord matchbox car in America. Like, who would want that? Who would want that? But what I did find in one set, a rice cooker and a water heater. But not any rice cooker and any water heater. It's the exact rice cooker and water heater I grew up using. And it comes in its original packaging with the box. And I was gifted a blue K-truck for Christmas. So even though I didn't find a K-truck, I found these, and now they fit perfectly in the back of the truck. At that same book off, hard off, I found CDs. I'm a big fan of international editions of CDs, vinyls. This one is a compilation of Stan Getz playing Bossa Nova. Has some of my favorite standards like Corcovado, Winter Moon, Samba Trees. And I also picked up Mint Condition. I love Mint Condition. If there's like one boy band I'd want to see, is them. This CD has one of their most popular songs, at least today, which is Breaking My Heart, Pretty Brown Eyes. You've probably heard of that one. Super cool. When you open it up, it comes with a lyric book, but it also comes with a Japanese insert of translation of the lyrics as well. And these two didn't have them, but a lot of CDs, vinyls that they sell in Japan have a strip. Like these two Studio Ghibli CDs I got, you can see that there is a extra piece of paper around the binding of the CD case. This is called an obi strip, so it kind of provides a summary of the CD in Japanese. It's an important piece of marketing and communication if the album is not in Japanese. But graphic design wise, I love the obi strip, and a lot of collectors also like to keep them. And if you have it with your CD or your vinyl, it can be worth a lot more because it's part of the original packaging. These two are new. I didn't thrift these. This one has karaoke tracks, and this one I think is just the original OSTs. I'm gonna keep one and gift another to a friend. And to blow your mind away, okay? To blow your mind away, I was sitting in a listening cafe / izakaya waiting for Taylor and Clarence to come back from Shinjuku or Harajuku. And I was journaling, I was eating my potatoes and drinking my highball. And I got up to leave, and then I was like, why don't I look at the vinyl, you know, the records here? And I'm scared to travel with records just because I've never done it before. I don't know if it'll break if you put it in your check-in or your carry-on. But then out of the corner of my eye, like on display, I found a record that I never thought I'd see in real life, but I found Mint Jams by Cassiopeia. If you don't know Cassiopeia, they have all their songs on streaming platforms for the most part. They're a funky, jazzy band, and Mint Jams is my favorite album by them. Anyways, after I found Mint Jams, I was like, if I'm gonna buy one vinyl, I might as well open up my mind to buying more records abroad and just commit to being extra careful when I travel. And guess what? When I was in Hokkaido, Taylor, Clarence, and I went to a record shop and we all bought stuff from there. I found more Cassiopeia records. I mean, this stuff you can't really get in the US. This is something like you'd have to have shipped to you. That record shop had 3 or 4 Cassiopeia vinyls on the shelves, and I chose this one because I haven't listened to it, and I also like the album art. And I got Thunder, which has live performances of a lot of their popular songs. For both of these, it was around $35, $40. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. All that to say, I'm gifting all 3 of these records. Man, I would keep them, but I don't know. I feel like I don't have the dedicated space for my record player setup. There are people in my life who love Cassiopeia as much as I do, and they're proper vinyl collectors, so these are gonna be gifted. And the friend group I traveled with in December loved going thrifting. It's awesome to see them pick out clothes and then spot things on racks that I would have never noticed. And I feel like they encouraged me to buy things that I look good in, and they're really good at hyping me up. So we were in an alleyway in Beppu, and I saw this rack outside of a store or a coffee shop, and they had this blazer on display. It was very cheap, like 1,000 yen, and I tried it on and I loved it. I've been looking for a brown blazer, and what I think is so special about this one is that if you look up close, it's not actually just brown. It's a multicolor yarn that was woven together to create what looks like brown, but it's actually very colorful. And if you remember, one of my favorite scarves is this Burberry one that's multicolor and sparkly, and I feel like it goes so well with this blazer. I wore it to Zoran's inauguration. And to complete the uniform, I went to Beams. I had never been to Beams before until this trip, which is kind of insane. I just didn't know about Beams until my friends who are Japanese told me about it. I got 2 things, one of them being gloves that perfectly match my blazer and my scarf. The first thing that caught my eye was the houndstooth and the color scheme. And then when I tried them on, I realized that to make it touch sensitive so you can go on your phone, they had embroidered stars on the thumb, index, and middle finger. I was sold. I was like, give me these gloves right now. And the other thing I got at Beams is a lighter. Comes with a key ring and a clip, and it's in this dark blue color. My friend Tao had one of these, an orange version. I just love the way it looks, and I was like, the next time I'm going to Japan, I'm hoping to pick one of these up, and I did. At a 2nd Street in Kirishima, I believe, or maybe it was Beppu. I don't remember, but it was in Kyushu. I found this gray cap, which totally fits my vibe. I like that it's a bit meshy, so I can wear this in the summer and it won't be too hot. And you can also wear it backwards. That's totally a vibe too. So cute, so cute. I love hats, I love hats. And in Tokyo, Taylor and I were shopping last minute for some ski equipment because neither of us had ever skied before, and it was an experience. It was fun, but it was an experience. I fell so many times. She was looking for gloves, and I wanted to get earmuffs, and I found this pair that goes behind like this. She got a matching pair, but in black. I got it in brown. And if you know, you know, if it's really fucking cold outside and there's a wind chill and you can feel like the wind going into your ears and the inside of your eardrums are freezing, that is so bad, it's so bad. And in case you didn't know, I love beer. I'm a big beer drinker. I'm just reaching, you know, peak unk status with every sip I take. And without a doubt, when we had decided we were gonna go to Sapporo, I was like, we need to go to the Sapporo Museum and we need to drink a Sapporo in Sapporo. And I did that like every day when we were in Sapporo. And at the museum, they had a gift shop. I wanted to hold myself back, but I got this mug. I don't have a beer mug. I do have a Heineken glass that my friends gifted me for Christmas one year. Now I have a cup for every beer drinking purpose. I also got 2 stickers. This one I'm gonna give to someone. The other one's on my tripod right now. And at the museum, they had a lot of graphic design installations of the old posters and advertisements they used to make, the old logos and the evolution of the print. And I was fascinated with it, as you can tell. And they conveniently sold all of those on washi tape. So I bought the washi tape. Now that we've mentioned washi tape, I think it's time we take a stationery pivot. And one thing I got in Taiwan, I forgot to get postcards when I was skiing in Sapporo. And so I was like, I gotta get postcards in Taipei. And I stumbled upon this cat theme shop. And apparently there was a cat there, but it wasn't on duty, I guess. But what I did find are the cutest cat postcards that I have ever laid eyes on. Man, I'm so excited to write on these and send them to friends. My favorite one has to be this one of them farming. And in the same illustration style, I also got these 2 waterproof stickers. My friend Anita gifted me a stamp and an ink pad for my birthday last year. I feel like every stationery lover kind of got into stamps at some point. I did, but I just didn't have the ability to build out a big stamp collection. Currently, I have 2 stamps, which are both cat themed and both were gifted to me. So I thought I'd get 2 more from Studio Ghibli for some variety, and also a blue ink pad. I've always been this type of person. I love handwriting notes, handwriting letters, thank you cards, birthday cards. So this is a perfect addition to my happy mail. At a bookstore in Kyushu, I decided to pick up a mechanical pencil and some lead that's specifically for drawing by Stettler. These aren't exclusive to Asia or anything, but I wanted to try using these because I'm a big pencil hater. I'm a big graphite hater, or I used to be. I'm big on inks, big bold colors, things that won't smudge, and I just find it hard to work with. I'm stubborn, graphite can be stubborn, and that doesn't mix well. But this year, I want to practice a lot more of my technical skills and also face my challenges head on, okay? I've actually enjoyed a lot of the things I've made with this pencil. I found a way to adapt this medium to my style and the way I like to draw with like line work and shading and stuff. I grew up using the Pentel erasers, but I also like mono erasers, and they had an exclusive one in this blue, silver, shimmery color. For Christmas, my friend Kim made our little trio matching Sylvanian family critters, calico critters, I don't know. Anyway, she hand sewed these little fruit-shaped sleeping bags for our critters, and I thought it was adorable. In Japan, I was trying to keep an eye out for a gray cat because that's the color of her cat, and Taylor found one at Don Quixote for me and just gave it to me. It was so sweet. I think it's perfect for her. I can't wait to give it. Kim, if you're watching this, she'll be yours soon. We have 2 more things, and they're both pieces of clothing. I didn't think I'd buy any clothes when I was in Taiwan, but Clarence and I went to Zhongshan, which is like a really cute district in Taipei. Has a lot of trendy shops, boutique shops, thrift stores, and I found a place that's run by a kid and their mom, and they curate secondhand finds, and they also upcycle pieces. And I saw this on a mannequin, I was like, oh my gosh, I need to try that on. And it's a little bit out of what I usually wear nowadays, but I love it. It's an Adidas tracksuit jacket that has this flouncy skirt sewn on. This looks so good with like a wide leg pant, or you can also wear another skirt underneath it. I like that it feels more preppy or like masculine on top, but then you have this fun like feminine detail. And I also spotted this on the racks, and it's an asymmetrical black ruffle skirt. This is 100% my vibe. Would wear it over jeans, or you can also wear this as a top. And the person who was working there that day was so kind. And outside of the store, there's a sign that says that they're always serving free beer. And then when I made my purchase, she's like, do you want this free beer? And I thought the tap they had in there was just for I don't know, decoration. And then she poured me like a thing of Taiwanese beer, and it was fire. And I was like, this is the best shopping experience I've ever had. So yeah, and that's everything I got from Japan and Taiwan. It's kind of fun to do these more casual videos, but it's also a nice way to recount these memories and share them with you. I'm super happy with everything, and I hope you enjoyed watching. Let me know if there's another type of casual sit-down video you'd like to see me do in the future, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay safe, stay warm, stay healthy. Bye, love you.